It's a big day as $1,400 third stimulus checks get major updates minutes ago from Treasury. A series of statements issued minutes ago, and it's not just April 6th when checks are coming. They're coming on different days for different groups, and yes, for different beneficiaries on different moments. I'll have all those details as well. Meantime, shocking developments as America sits back and wonders what's going to happen tomorrow, and already the tensions are growing. Fourth stimulus will heat up tomorrow, and already Chuck Schumer is not happy. A series of Democrats aren't happy, and they're demanding reoccurring stimulus checks, and they say they're ready to go to the mat for it. It's a big day, as suddenly everything changed. Understand, some people are getting $1,400 third stimulus checks tomorrow, but suddenly we got a major update that more coming in the next few days as well. I'll explain to you who, when, and where. It's not particularly easy to understand, but I'll break it down for you so you will understand it. This is a big recording of Noontime LALATE. It's Noontime LALATE, and there was a major series of announcements in the last 30 minutes. Boy, if your head's not spinning, mine is, and I'll have all those details as well in this video. And boy, get ready for the shockers, because this is not going to be one of those days where you can say one date, one group. It's not going to be that easy. It's just all over the place, and I'll be cutting to all those details shortly. But boy, how are you? It's a big day with a lot of breaking, developing details, and let me explain to you what's going on. If you have not subscribed, make sure you subscribe. I'm just sort of shocked by all these developments. And if you also not like this video, consider liking this video. Purple Hawk, Purple Hour, and Pal Casino BIP, you can become a member as well. Let me tell you what's going on. First, understand there is not one date and one delivery and one location. I have all the quotes from Treasury, all the quotes from Social Security. It's not one date, one place, and one location. Number two, I understand that some of you are still pending for direct deposit tomorrow. If you have gotten an alert from direct deposit, some of you have gotten alerts from big banks, some of you have small banks. Some of you have gotten alerts from the IRS tool for pending $14 third stimulus check tomorrow. You're getting it tomorrow. Others that have no pending alert may also get a direct deposit tomorrow. Meantime, I should have started with second wave, shouldn't I? I should have started with second wave. Let me back up. Second wave. People who are still waiting for that March 26th check from second wave, it's coming late. Viewers have started to get it yesterday and today. So that March 22nd second wave check, it's landing today and yesterday and more tomorrow. A couple hundred people got it late yesterday, almost 4 days late. Okay, that's second wave. Third wave. Third wave is now underway. And third wave, more checks will land by direct deposit tomorrow. I have about a couple dozen viewers having pending direct deposits tomorrow, including Direct Express for $1,400 stimulus checks. That's 3/31. March 31st. If you're MetaBank or NetSpend, they have released the funds ahead of time to several viewers of this channel. Banks that have pending deposits for tomorrow are US Bank, some credit unions, and also Direct Express. Okay, then I have not a large group, but a sizable group of people who have pending checks for April 2nd, 3rd, and 4th, and 5th. Your checks are likely 4 to 5 days late as well. All right, that is second and third wave. Guess what? Breathe. There's a fourth wave. Yes, Treasury just confirmed there's a fourth wave. When is the fourth wave going to land, and when will you know where it is? Well, ironically, there's a fourth and fifth wave. Yeah. Let me tell you the bad news to start. The fifth wave is veterans. Veterans are not coming April 6th or April 7th. You are in the fifth wave. I'll have that detail in a second. Fourth wave is the end of this week. Let me explain where fourth wave is landing. This was the official statement issued by Treasury just a few minutes ago. If no additional issues arise, the IRS currently expects to complete that work and to begin processing these payments files at the end of this week. If this sentence sounds contradictory to a prior sentence from Treasury, it is. There was that statement by Representative Saul, that was completely contradictory a little less than 3 days ago. Now, what will be paid in forced stimulus the end of this week? This is not a quote from Treasury. This is a quote from CNBC. In referring to what's coming the end of this week, wave 4, many people in this group will receive their payments electronically through direct deposit or to their Direct Express card. This is wave 4. This is the end of this week, early part of next week. The IRS Get My Payment tool will be updated once these payments are processed. That won't be until this weekend for the federal beneficiaries who will get a payment next week. This is a statement just minutes ago. Again, this is wave 4. This is wave 4. These are people who currently have no result in the IRS tool. These are currently people who have not gotten a first or second stimulus check and will not get, and if they do not get one tomorrow in wave 3, these are wave 4 people. It's saying that wave 4 people will see their name subtly in the tool this weekend if their payments come out next week. And their payments, and this is again another change, their payments next week would go to either Direct Express card or in the mail. Okay? There's another statement. Many of these payments will be sent electronically and will be in the bank accounts by April 7th. That's wave 4. Where is my other quote? 3/20/23. I don't have the quote here. I left it in the other database. Let me tell you what the final quote said. The final quote said that veterans will not get it April 7th. You will get it in mid-April. Veterans Administration has confirmed yours are in mid-April, not April 7th, not wave 4. You will be wave 5. A lot of details there. More about that in a second, but let me give you the recap so far. Wave 1, March 17th. Wave 2, March 24th. Wave 3, underway currently, and it's landing for some viewers tomorrow, March 31st, by direct deposit. Some viewers have alerts that there's pending deposits. Those alerts they're getting are from Direct Express. They have got alerts from Direct Express. They've also got alerts from their banks, big banks like U.S. Bank. Someone got an alert from Big Bank, and also their credit cards, their credit unions. Meantime, some people on the irs.gov tool show a pending deposit for tomorrow of March 31st on the IRS tool. Now, that's wave 3. Also for wave 3 is mail checks later this week. Viewers have results of mail checks March 30, March 31st, April 2nd, 3rd, 4th, and 5th. Those results started to appear on the IRS tool last weekend because those checks went out. So that's why the IRS tool updated itself last Saturday, because those checks have already gone out. You would likely get those checks on around those dates, or could be up to 4 days late. Now, let's go back a step for wave 2. I have hundreds of thousands of viewers who are on that March 26th mail check date. Understand your checks are late for reasons we don't know, and we have not gotten any updates about it. They're late. The great news is they're coming. So I've had a couple hundred viewers get stimulus checks for March 26th yesterday, which was the 29th, and today, the 30th. Now, the breaking news happening minutes ago, wave 4. Wave 4 will people who simply just don't get wave 3. There is not one group that is specifically not, well, with the exception of veterans, There is not one particular group of SSI, SSDI, Social Security, or railroad recipients that will simply be in group 4. Some of you will get it in group 3 or wave 3, but the new advisory is that wave 4 will be getting their information from the IRS tool starting this Saturday, because that is when the deposits will have gone out. Again, the deposits are going to go out this Friday for wave 4 so that they land on or around April 7th. The landing places, they're now saying direct deposit and direct express card for the first time in 2 weeks. Remember, Treasury's statement a week ago yesterday was, if you don't get it by direct deposit, it's not coming by direct deposit, it's in the mail. Now they were changing their story again. Now they're saying, no, you may get it by direct deposit and by direct express card up to around April 7th. That's wave 4. Wave 5 is the indication that Veterans Administration says that VA recipients won't get the stimulus check until mid-April. Boy, that's a lot. Lord. Let me cut to what's happening with tomorrow and that reoccurring stimulus checks. This is also really heating up out of nowhere. You've heard me talk about for several weeks that there's a series of Democrats in both the House and Senate who are demanding reoccurring stimulus checks under the 4th stimulus package. I told you before that the president has a 4th stimulus package coming tomorrow. It's actually a bill. He's written the bill. It will be debuted tomorrow. And the 5th stimulus package will be debuted in early May, late April. Well, the 4th stimulus package will get referred to as infrastructure, climate, taxes, stimulus, whatever you want to call it. Republicans call it climate. Democrats call it infrastructure. And we call it stimulus because it is stimulus. You've heard a lot of crazy press briefings in the last 40 hours where they claim they don't know what's in there. They don't claim what is in there. But the great news is the following. In the last hour and a half, another letter has been written by 20 plus of the 50 Democratic senators saying, I don't care what you do in this 4th stimulus package, but when it comes to the Senate, it better have reoccurring stimulus checks in there. Otherwise, we're going to put it in there. And remember why. What's happening is that Chuck Schumer is maneuvering in different ways to do not 1, but 2 more reconciliations. And what he wants to do is the following. He wants this bill to go by reconciliation. He will be able to do it by reconciliation. He won't need a Republican vote again. So what's going to happen? When the bill lands in the Senate, you're going to have that vote-a-rama again. And in that Senate group, now 12 of the 50 vote-a-rama Democrats are already saying, you can give us whatever you want to give us, Mr. President, but we're going to put in an amendment to your bill. And we're going to put in stimulus checks every month. This is huge, huge news. There's a lot of other news breaking today. If you missed it on Mornings at LA when I was live, I had a video from the press secretary who's asked about the student loan debt forgiveness. It's heating up again today because Chuck Schumer literally told Americans to email the president to have him forgive your $50,000 student loan debt forgiveness. If you've been with this channel for a while, Chuck has been doing this since December. Leader Schumer has been pushing for the $50,000 student loan debt forgiveness, not 1, not 3, but 4 times, meeting the president with standalone bills, asking for executive orders. And the president today again pushed back and said, I don't have it on plan to do it. I'll do 10, but I'm not doing 50. So this heated up, but the president did announce an extension of the moratorium on collections of the student loan debt as well. A lot of details, and we're just starting off the board. If you've not subscribed, make sure you subscribe. I'll be back in 60 seconds from now with more about this 4th wave and 5th wave of the stimulus check, and more about tomorrow's 3rd wave as Noontime LA continues. I'll be back in 60 seconds. If you want money right now, not 5 days from now, and not 5 weeks from now, then reach out to the community page. The volunteers can help you find that money for rent and utilities. That's at news.la.com/community. The community page features a series of volunteers who are viewers like you. They can help you find rent, utilities, SNAP, food benefits, mortgage assistance, and help you with eviction moratorium questions as well. Their Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram individuals reach out to them and indicate the city and state you're from, and they'll get back to you shortly. That's a community page. Volunteers working for you, viewers helping one another. Stay with LA for more. Join LALATE Daily for the excitement of the new LALATE live daily. The excitement starts on mornings LALATE at 9 a.m. Home LALATE returns at 11 a.m. daily. And then afternoons LALATE at 1 p.m. Join us daily as the excitement continues live from Santa Monica on LALATE. And Noontime LALATE continues right now, as not 3, but 4 and 5 waves of stimulus checks are coming. And I saw your comments during the break. People are just overwhelmed by this. So I'm going to break it down and slow it down for you. I know it feels confusing to me, so I'm sure it's confusing to you. I'm going to slow it down, and I'm going to go date by date. I'm glad that you're staying with me because you understand that it's not a situation so simple that everyone's getting on the same date for every walk of life. It's not that easy. So I'm going to break it down what's going on with the major breaking news. This is all breaking in the last half hour about the stimulus check, and then I'll cut back to the other stuff for tomorrow. All right, if you've not subscribed, make sure you subscribe. You do not want to miss a day, anything happening. It's birthday week on this channel, so make sure you give a birthday subscription. Also like this video. And you see how being live is important because this is stuff hitting around the clock. All right, let me slow it down and go over what's going on. I have viewers still waiting for their second wave of stimulus mailed checks. I have hundreds of thousands of viewers who have a March 26 mail check date. If that is you, then understand that check is late. It's late in the mail because a couple hundred viewers have gotten that mail check yesterday, the 29th, and today, the 30th, March 30th, late. That's wave 2. All right, let me go to wave 3. Wave 3 is this week. I have viewers, not a lot, but I have viewers who have pending deposits tomorrow for direct deposit to Direct Express card, big banks, and small banks for wave 3 $1,400 third stimulus checks. They see it either by alert from their bank, Direct Express card, or from the IRS.gov tool. I have a larger group of people who have pending mailed wave 3 checks who have mail dates from the IRS tool of April 2nd, 3rd, 4th, and 5th. All right, so that's this week, wave 3. All right, now, if you're sitting here and you have no result in the IRS tool for your name, and you've not gotten a stimulus check by direct deposit tomorrow, then you may be in wave 4. And if you're a veteran, you're definitely in wave 5. Let me go to wave 4, which is next week, and wave 5, which is after that. Wave 4 was just announced by Treasury. What did they say? They said that another wave of stimulus checks will go out for direct deposit and mail and Direct Express card at the end of this week, and you will see the update in the IRS tool this weekend. This is a new announcement. This, of course, is contradictory to what they said before, but this is the latest and greatest update from Treasury, who's setting your payment. I'll say it again. If you do not get a direct deposit tomorrow, and you do not get a mail check anytime this week, then watch the IRS.gov tool Saturday, because that's when Treasury is indicating they're going to update the tool to indicate to you that your fourth wave check has gone out. When will you receive that fourth wave check? on or around April 7th for direct deposit or mail. And it does include direct deposit for Direct Express. Then, the most clear, but unfortunately, the last group is veterans. There's a specific announcement from CNBC that says veterans have been told that the Veterans Administration will have your stimulus checks for you from Treasury in mid-April. That's fifth wave. So to recap, this is what you should be doing right now. You should be watching the mail, watching the direct deposit account every day until you get that stimulus check. And you should look at the irs.gov tool once per day, and especially this Saturday, because you are going to go from no information to some information, and from no deposit or no mail check to something. And I don't want you to miss it. What's important to understand when we're talking about this confusion is that I don't want you to presume that you are a direct deposit for April 7th when in fact your check may already be in the mail and you're not looking for it. So watch the mail. Boy, that was a lot, isn't it? I feel exhausted. It's 21 minutes of the video, and I'm like, that takes a lot of time to explain. That if it feels like a hot mess, it feels like a hot mess to me too. It's insane. It's just, first they said there was one wave, then they said there's two waves. Yeah, they just keep on changing. So this is what they currently say. Give it a week, maybe they'll change it again. Again, this is their current sentence. Meantime, let me tell you what's happening with that standalone with tomorrow. Tomorrow, you're going to see the fourth stimulus package from President Biden. I got to tell you, it's going to be Temple of Doom and Mitch Onse 2020 all over again. Because whatever he debuts, it's a big who cares. You know why? Because the Democrats in the Senate are going to be the ones that are going to go Edward Scissorhands on it. The Democrats in the Senate have literally said, we're going to go Edward Scissorhands on your bill. We're going to put in there whatever we want to put in there because you're going to do it by reconciliation. And when you do it by reconciliation again, this time when it comes to Votorama, we are absolutely going to do what we want to do. They wrote him a letter again today, 20 of 50 Democrats saying, you know what, you don't put what we want to put in there, we're going to put it in there because we're tired of asking you to put it in there. So this is, Earlier today, the press secretary was asked, why does Chuck Schumer tell Americans to email the president about student loan debt forgiveness? Which, is a little bit antagonistic. And she said, I'd ask him. I don't know why. Because people are demanding the president to put things in the fourth stimulus. But the great news is that those Senate Democrats really, absolutely are saying very clearly they're going to the mat for reoccurring stimulus checks. The amount they look like they're zoning in now is $1,400 a month to the end of this year. The article that came out was not particularly clear. I do not have a copy of the latest and greatest letters. I've had the ones before. And certainly they could change in the breath as soon as Votorama heats up in the Senate in April for this fourth stimulus bill. But this is incredibly, incredibly great news. All right, let me cut to some other developing news today, which was very big. One, the president announced that, through his press secretary that there's going to be an extension of the student loan debt repayment issue, meaning that if you're currently in default for your student loan debt repayment, they have extended it. Yes. Second, yesterday the president issued a series of executive orders, and you may have missed them on the channel because there was so much news yesterday. Let me go over them. One, the president has now signed the eviction moratorium extension. It is now extended to June. This is likely to be the last extension for the eviction moratorium. It's likely to end. Why? Because the concept is that you'll get your rent assistance from the third stimulus by June, and they won't need to do an eviction moratorium again. Additionally, the president signed another executive order to roll out more vaccines to pharmacies because they've been very successful, and now allowing Americans who are of adult age to get a vaccination easily, starting on April 19th. Elsewhere, there's a series of surprising articles today coming left and right, and among them is a new report that says no less than 20 to or more states are refusing to honor that $10,200 of unemployment benefits that are tax forgivable. Let me explain what's going on. Under the third stimulus package, which is federal law, it says that your first $10,200 is tax-free for unemployment benefits from the year 2020. So if you made UI or PUA or FPUC money in 2020, it's taxable normally. But the federal government made it tax-free the first $10,200 if you make less than $150,000. It's federal law. Federal law controls. Well, guess what? The states are now indicating we're not going to follow the federal law, and we're demanding you to pay taxes on it. This is going to get very heated. This is going to get very heated. I have no idea where this one's going to go. Meantime, all the bizarreness of the Chuck Schumer reconciliation mess is heating up. To some extent, I don't want to cover it too much because it's a little bit too early in the story. He has one more reconciliation. He's arguing he has two more reconciliations. Depending on which one he puts first, we don't know. The fourth stimulus package will go by reconciliation, the bill you're going to see tomorrow. The fifth one, which you'll see in May, we don't know if it will land by reconciliation, according to the Senate parliamentarians. That story is about 2 weeks out. I'm not going to really go too much in detail. So the great news is that you want to hope that your Democrats put things that you want in the fourth stimulus package. Now, let me make something very obvious and clear. A $1,400 stimulus check for 7 months or 6 months is a lot more money than $2,400 of SSI and SSDI. It's 5 times the amount of money. It's more money than FPUC retro, and it's almost as much money as hazard pay. So understand, there are pushes among the Democrats to put hazard pay in there. There are pushes to put FPUC retro in there. And there has not been as much push as you would want for SSI and SSDI $2,400. But if you're watching this video because you're waiting for a stimulus check and you're on SSI and SSDI and Social Security railroad benefits, guess what? The Democrats want to pay you that same stimulus check every single month to the end of this year. And that's a lot more money than $2,400. It's a lot more money. This stimulus check would be for anyone who makes less than $75,000 a year. So this is where you really, really want to use the strength of the purple power in getting behind those Senate Democrats who want to go to the mat and say, it's nice we send out people $1,400 stimulus checks in March and April, but we need to do that every single month, and this is ridiculous. And I think you agree with me as well, or agree with them as well. With that, what a big day it is. Elsewhere, there's a series of other news reports that are coming out today, and among them was a new worry that the virus strain is not, it will not be protected by the current versions of the vaccines. A series of reports out of Europe pulled individuals, and they were leading experts on the vaccine, and they said these vaccines may not work against the strains of the viruses in the next few months. Elsewhere, the number of COVID cases in the country continues to spike. We're currently growing at about 5% per day of new COVID cases. It's not a good situation. And that's in about 20 to 30 plus states. The week-to-week number is actually worse, 16 to 20% growth in some states. So we have a lot of things that are really big on track. And if you're just joining me at the 28-minute mark, let me give you a recap of where we are as we continue on Noontime LA. It's a big day with a lot of stuff across the board, and I'm going to go over a slow recap again, what is going on with this $1,400 third stimulus check. This is the slow and easy breezy recap. There was a first wave of the stimulus check on March 17th. There was a second wave in which more people got this $1,400 third stimulus check on March 24th. A third wave will occur tomorrow. I have viewers who have pending alerts for deposits from SSI, SSDI, Social Security, and railroad benefits onto their Direct Express card for tomorrow, March 31st, into their big bank, like US Bank, and into their commercial and into the credit unions for tomorrow. They also see the alert at irs.gov. That's third wave. I also have people pending for checks later this week in the mail. That is also third wave. What is the major announcement? The major announcement minutes ago is that if you do not get a stimulus check from second or third wave, it's coming from fourth wave. When is fourth wave? Next week. When is fourth wave being sent out? This week. When will you see the results in the IRS tool? Saturday. That is the indication. What is the exact day next week? Fourth wave would land on or around April 7th next week if you don't get it this week under third wave. Where will it land next week, April 7th? In your direct deposit account or in Direct Express or in the mail. Who is not in third wave and fourth wave? Veterans. Unfortunately, for reasons that are not particularly fair, veterans are in their own fifth wave. Department of Veterans Administration confirms that veterans will not get the stimulus checks on around April 7th, rather the middle of April. Again, to recap, what my best advice to you is watch the mail, the U.S. mail, every single day. Watch the deposit account every single day, and go to the IRS tool once per day and see if it is updated. They have specifically said today, if it shows no results for your name, it may be because a check has not been sent out. And when the check is sent out for next week, the tool will update itself. Let's see some of the statements that came out today. If no additional issues arise, the IRS currently expects to complete their work and begin processing the payments files at the end of this week. Many people in this group will receive their payments electronically through direct deposit or through their Direct Express card. The IRS Get My Payment tool will be updated on once the payments are processed. They won't be until the end of those weekends for those federal beneficiaries who get their payment next week. Many of the payments will be sent electronically and will be in the bank account by April 7th. And then there was another screen grab, which I didn't bring on set, which was for the veterans. So many details across the board. If you have not subscribed, make sure you subscribe. You see why you don't want to miss a single minute across the board. It is a jam-packed day. And guess what? Right after this, I'm jumping into the live chat and interacting with you as well. This is our first live chat since the major announcements from the White House about the stimulus from Treasury and IRS and also SSA. Join me for that live chat in just 3 minutes in which I answer your questions. I'm sure you have questions. If you've not subscribed, make sure you subscribe. Also, like this video. And if you've not become a member, consider becoming a member. Purple Hawk, Purple Power, Calcino VIP. I'll see you back in just 3 minutes as Noontime LA continues.